Flosstibe, welcome back. My name is Tina and I'm a 14 count Ada girl. I hope you will like and subscribe this video if you are new. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I know I am 2 weeks behind on this floss tube. I was having issues with Stitchy Bug. It's slowly coming back. So today we will have a lot to show because it has been 2 weeks. I do have lots of things to talk about today. I have a new start. I have an FFO from a couple years back. It's finally been finished. I have some haul. I got a new start, and I'm gonna talk about a diamond painting. So if all that interests you, stay tuned because here we go. Okay, the first thing I worked on. Now these go all the way back to April 22nd. So I'm going to show you all the end of April. I do have 40 projects. I work on each and every one of them once a month. They all get touched for a minimum of 100 stitches. And these are the last ones for the month of April. I did miss out on 3 of my 40 projects, which wasn't too bad. So I will try to make sure they get hit this month. It was Signpost Stitcher, Pet All the Dogs, and Monopoly. So May is not looking real pretty. Like I said, Stitchy Bug's not really here yet. I've worked on 4 projects. I know it's the 14th and I've worked on 4 projects. So it'll come back when it comes back. So for now, let's go ahead and show you all these I do have to show. So maybe this 2-week one will feel like a 1-week one. First thing I have is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. And I am still up here in the top here. In case you hadn't seen it, I will show all of this. And then it's Carriage House Samplings, Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. And I am working on that large pumpkin. And this is done in DMC flosses, and it is done on, I want to say it's Bramble. I think that's what this one is. It is listed on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm 14 count Ada girl over there as well. All my projects are listed and they have all the colors of every project on them. They also tell whether they're a DMC or a fancy floss. So you can check it out over there. And if you don't have Instagram or don't do Instagram, you have a question, it's usually on one of my previous videos. If you don't even want to go search there, just put it down below and I'll look it up and find it for you. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Okay, so the next one I have is Jack Frost Tree Farm. And this is the piece I was working on last time. I'm like halfway done with the tree. And this is my part 3. And it is a 9-part series, I believe. And so, let's see, how much do I have to show? There we go. So you can see I was halfway done in that tree. So when I get to this one this month, hopefully I can finish off that square and move on to the next one. Now I'm putting all 9 of them on here. Or 7? 3, 6, 7? Maybe it's 7. This is stitched on a 14 count parchment. And the next project I have is Spring Quaker by Leela Studios. I am doing this on a 14 count fabric flare in the color Nut. And I am working on this large motif here. So you can see all of that. I usually have my stitch count, but I did not write most of them down this last month. I don't know why. They're on the Instagram though as well. So you can always look there if you want to know how much got done. It's usually 100 or very close to. Next one is the Summer Quaker by Leela Studios. And I believe I might have put in this gold star right here. It's been a minute, but I believe that's what I did, was that piece there. So. And the colors on this are just really, really pretty. Those oranges are just popping right off this fabric. And this fabric, I believe it's just an ivory. I believe I just did it on a regular old ivory because I like the ivory. Then we have the Shepherd. This is the part of the Snowman series. And I have worked on him some more, worked on his little jacket there, his little vest. So we're just gonna fill in that vest there and probably work on the jacket some more and then go to the other side and do the jacket on that side as well. And that fabric is a 14 count Ocean Air. And next project is Welcome to the North Pole. This is a Primrose Cottage stitches. I am in the North Pole, finished the wording, and now I'm working on the snow under the North Pole. So that's coming along really nicely. I'm really enjoying the colors coming off of this. It's really pretty. And next we have Beachcomber. This is a Carolyn Manning. And I would have put 90 stitches in this because each one of these little squares are 90 stitches. So I would have put in this last square right there. And that one is just so pretty. It's neat to watch them fully bloom like this one right here once you've put in all those stitches. And I am doing it just row by row, so you don't see it until, you know, all of those are done. So it's really pretty. That's just done on a 14 count white. Nothing really special about it. Okay, this next one is Christmas Village by Tiny Modernist. Now, this is a 4-part series. You had to buy all 4 parts. I bought mine in a bundle. I am working on the first one. And this is the first one. Give you a better look at it. And these little kids, they're just so cute. Love them, love them, love them. So I'm working this on just a blue Ada, nothing special about it. Just bought it off Amazon, just typed in 14 count Ada blue, and I just bought the first one they had. It was when we were in our RV traveling. So you can see Courtney's already backstitched some of it. In case you don't know, Courtney is my daughter. She likes to backstitch, not necessarily cross stitch, but she loves to backstitch. So she backstitches all of my projects. So she's got the little girl to do now that I have finished her. And then the next one we have is Design Works. am I not thinking of the name of this? Collecting Shells. It's probably written right there and I'm not even seeing it. It's called Collecting Shells. And I really like this one because it is, it does remind me of my girls. My girls had the brown hair and loved the play in the sand and all of that. Now, on this Design Works, they do say that all of this should be in like a half stitch. But on the 14 count, I didn't like it. And it did originally come on a 14, which I ended up swapping out the 14 because it is pretty much a full coverage project. And I chose to use a gridded 14 count on it. But I chose not to do the halves. I don't like the look of the halves on the 14. They just, I don't know, they don't look good. I know it's supposed to help and give dimension and all of that, but I just didn't care for it. So I'm doing them in full stitches. And then they have like up in here, these are not filled in. There are no stitches here. So I also left mine blank where there are no stitches. However, I may go back and make those white because I'm not sure that I'm liking them just blank either. And you know, if you don't like what your project looks like, you need to fix it, change it, do what you gotta do. I just don't care for all the blank. I think I'm gonna get the white out and put some 3865, well, 5 in it, yeah. Or some blanc. That's what that one got. Next we have In the Night Forest. This is a Riolis kit. I'm using all the kit flosses. I have gridded this fabric myself. If you'd like to see how to grid Ada with a water-soluble marker, I do have a video on the channel. And this is where I am on that. I am working here in the moon, bringing the moon around. And that one would have gotten 100 stitches. We have Dreaming of Tulips. This is the Dreaming of series by Rosewood Manor. And they have like Dreaming of roses, they have Dreaming of sunflowers, lots of different types of flowers. And I'm doing the tulips. I was doing this as a stitch along with people over at Crafts and Books. It is Crafts and Books is a Facebook group and it is run by a lady named Beth, and I can link that down below. But we were all doing different versions of the Dreaming Of series. And so this is what I have so far. I am working on the third motif. And I'm doing this on just a regular white Ada. And so, let me see if that had left on it. Okay, so that just has this thing right here, another one right there, and then I move on, it looks like. That's it. So we'll do that one on the next one and then move on to the next one. So, okay, the next thing I have is Blue Rhapsody. This is also a Rosewood Manor. Now, while the blue is very pretty, I chose to do mine in pinks. I am a breast cancer survivor and I do like pink. So all of a sudden I like pink now. Never did before, but after breast cancer, you kind of like pink all of a sudden. So I am doing mine in 2 different shades of pink. They are listed on my Instagram as well. If you need to know them, there again, you can find them on probably last month's video, or you can ask me and I will just pop them in there because I don't have them written down right in front of me. I have finished the letter D, and I am working right in here on this little flower bush thing. Vine, I don't know what to call it. So these are the 2 shades of pink I'm using. And that's just on a regular white Aida. And the next project I am working on is Laundry by Bobby G Designs. And I have just finished all of this. So I am working on this one here, and I'm just starting the framing of it. Right? Yeah. Yes, okay, it is that one. I'm working on the framing. I just got this line done, this last stitch around. And this has been back stitched up to the point of the iron. And so when Courtney comes over, she will back stitch all of that iron, and this is another alphabet down here. It'll all come together like this one did once she puts in the back stitch. And this is really, really cute. And that's just done on, I think it's an ivory as well. I don't have a special color written on it. Okay, so this one is Kringle's Little House Needleworks. In case you have not seen this or you're new to stitching, you may not have seen this one. It's like the old-timey storefronts with all the decorations in them at Christmas time. I am on the second window here. And it's still in its cuse now. You can see it all from there anyhow. So I did use B5200 for this up here, the snow, because you couldn't see it. It calls, the rest of this is in the fancy floss it calls for, except that snow. It called for the same color as the fencing and stuff here, and you couldn't see it. I guess my fabric choice wasn't that great when it came to that part, so that's why I had to change that to the B5200. I've also had to make some changes in the clothing options that they had, simply because there again, my fabric did not flow with the color choices that they had. Well, even in their color choices, I don't think they came out that great. She's wearing this like ivory dress, which is also that color up there, and you just you were not gonna see it on my fabric. So that's why I made her dress red. I just pulled the color red from this present over here, and I made the dress red, and then I changed, let's see, the bow was always blue, but the dress was white. It's now red and blue. The nutcracker, I did not have to change. The present, I only changed the ribbon on it. There again, it was the light ivory color, and so I ended up changing it to blue. And then the uniform on the soldier there, he got completely rehauled. He had on a red shirt and the white bottoms, and we changed all that to dark blue and light blue. So, all the trees up here were also white. There again, I changed them to green because it matched too close to the fabric. So, you know, if something's not working, don't be afraid to change it. I just used the same colors that was in the rest of the project, except for the soldier here. He was the only one I had to actually go find colors for. But everything else, I just used something that was in the project, so I knew it would go well with it. So there we go. And that leads us to one last project. And I worked on this project today, so this is up to here is what I did for the month of April. I did another 100 stitches. Today I did this 100, which I'll show again next week. But there you go. There's another 100 done. This one is done all the way down to the bottom for like 3 rows, just so I made sure I had enough room. And this is back to school. And I don't think I brought its paper up here. No, I don't see it. Okay. I will try to insert a picture if I remember. If not, it's back to school. The artist is Bonnie White, and it's done by Artisy. So you can always look it up that way. It's called Welcome Back to School, actually. And so these are bobbies. They hold my parked threads. I get them on Amazon. I get a lot of questions about those. And so that one's one of my very oldest whips. And that catches us up with all of April. So May, what happened to May? Not much. Let's see, what else? So far for May, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 projects worked on. Yeah, 4. I think I said that earlier. So I had a retreat I went to on the 3rd to the 5th. My LNS is Always in Stitches in Noblesville, Indiana, and they had a retreat. And so I went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I stitched like 40 stitches the whole weekend. Stitchy bug. She didn't come with me. She wasn't hanging out there. Everybody was stitching, and I'm just walking around talking to people. But I had a great time nonetheless, and there were lots of people there, and we all had a great time. So nothing really to show from there. I did stop in at Stitch and Frame in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I dropped off 2 projects that I'm getting framed. So we will have 2 FFOs in the future when they get back. It should be about 2 weeks or so, and I'll drive back up there and get them. And then other things I worked on. Also, while I was at retreat, I did bring all of my finished projects. And I did know a couple of people who do finishing there. So I handed them my file and said, is there anything you want to finish in here for me? And so I had, I had 2 people take 2 or 3 items each. So there'll be more of those things coming soon. And let's see, anything else there? No, nothing else there. Okay, so for May, let's show you this view for May. I'm hoping I can get May all caught up, but I'm not real hopeful. It's probably going to be like 5 cross stitches a day, 100 a piece to catch it up. I don't know if I want to work that hard. So this is One Nation by Bygone Stitches, and I believe most people have already seen this. Bygone Stitches, One Nation. I have just finally finished the blue. The blue field is done. Now I can start adding stars. Okay. This is on a Picture This Plus Ale, which is what it was called for. It's done in regular DMC flosses. It's called for whatever it was called for. And I now have the blue field finished. So I know some people have done like a star and a state every time they stitch it. I didn't know each star has 99 stitches in it. So I may just work stars. I may just do stars for a while and finish all the stars first and then move to the states. I may go back and forth. I don't know yet. I guess it'll be a surprise for both of us. One Nation. Then we have Liberty's Welcome. Got a little work on her. Got more green grass done. She's getting close. She's really getting close, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna stand up for this one. Okay, she's done in NPI silks. And I've been working down here in the green grass where it says Liberty's Welcome. And just in case you haven't seen this one before, let me pull this picture out and then I'll show it again. So that's what it's going to look like. I did substitute my sheep here for another one of these boxes. I didn't care for the sheep. They didn't make sense. They were kind of floating in air and just kind of looked weird to me. So, like I said, if you don't like it, change it. Don't be afraid to change it. It's yours. It's your art. You do what you want. So, and that's where those sheep were. It's right there. And I just changed them to that box that's over there. So it kind of looks like it just flows there. And now we're working on Liberty's Welcome. And these are in NPI silks, if I didn't say that before. So I want to get her finished this year. Surely I will. I thought I might get her finished last year, but no, we didn't make that one. That one I believe is also done on just a regular ivory. Nothing special about that one. Oh, and these last two are large too. Okay, this is a Heaven and Earth design by Amy Stewart, and it's called A Stitching Shelf. And as you can see, it's spring, summer, fall, and winter. You can see all the ladies in their stitching in all the rooms. And I am way up in here, still doing all these little flowers. And I'm just starting to get some of the black there of that doorway. And so that is what it's looking like. It is so pretty. I love working on the full coverage projects. And there again, I do park my threads, and so they're on my bobbies, and I do red full coverage projects. And I also have a parking tutorial on Pattern Keeper on my channel. I am going to do one on GoodNotes. I know I keep saying that, but I'm really going to do it. Because I do use both, depending on if I have a PDF of it or if I'm just using the paper pattern. And nope, got two more. One of everyone's favorites. This one is Snow Owls at Winter Forest. This was bought on Etsy. Oh, the paper's getting worn out. I'm going to make another copy. And it is done by Fabric Arts Design. And I am just about to his little head. I'm about to go into it. So this is what we have so far. And those pine cones are just so beautiful. Don't they look so good? And their little heads start like right about here. So, and the last one I did was here. So I'm getting there. I don't know how much we'll see when we get to these, but I do know that is the tops of their heads in this row. So we're getting really close to getting to see some owls. And that's why I do the diagonal, because you get to the picture faster. And that is one of the favorite ones around here. And the last project I have is my Mother's Day start. This came out at market this year. This is Works by ABC, and it's called 324. There are a lot of Flosstibers currently working on this. There are 324 colors in this. However, if you don't want to do 324 colors, they also have a pattern inside that takes only 32 colors. So if that's more what you would prefer, you could do it in the 32 colors. I am doing it in the 324 colors, and I worked on it on Sunday, and I got the first 5 little motifs done, and they go really fast. I mean, these are just little, this is a 5 by 5 square, 5 by 5 square, 5 by 5 square, and then you just have the little ones in between. So I did it on a white, and that's what she looks like. So while it looks like it's a lot and it's complicated, it's really just one little motif at a time. That's it. Easy peasy. And I think I'm going to work across. I think that's the way I'm going to work. And then come down this row and work across. And some people are working it in the diagonals. I think I'm going to work across. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure that's what my plan is. So, I think that is all I needed to say. Oh, about that. Okay, so that's all the whips, or what I like to call my wows, my whips of the week. Actually, it's my whips of the last 2 weeks. So, what have I been doing that I haven't been stitching, you ask? Well, this is one of the things I have been doing. In case you didn't know, I also diamond paint. I don't usually show these on my channel, but I will show this one. This is the one I've been working on, and I am a half done. I'm up to here with them done. And this is called Lord of the Serengeti, and it is a diamond dots diamond painting. I do have a lot of diamond paintings. I've done a lot of them. And this one, I'm a Leo, so that's why I like the big old lion. And so I have been working on him some. And I have purchased 2 more diamond paintings from Diamond Art Club, whom I had heard of, but I had never purchased from. So this is Diamond Art Club, and this is artwork by, oh, I know his name. Oh, it's not coming to me. Pincer? I want to say his name is Pincer? Oh, I didn't write them down. But anyway, they're from Heaven and Earth Designs. So if you cross-stitch this, I mean, they have them in cross-stitch as well, but I'm doing this one in a diamond painting. I have not started it. I will probably not start it until I finish the Leo here. Because with diamond painting, I tend to do one at a time. I'm very monogamous with the diamond painting. I don't know why, but I've always been that way. And then with the cross stitch, I have to do a lot. I am doing the Last Supper also downstairs, but it is so big, I cannot bring it up here. So that's the only one that I do sometimes with a smaller one, because it's just huge and I would get terribly bored for working on the same one all the time. So, and this is the other one I bought. And I was very, very impressed with the Diamond Art Club. I had never bought from them before, but they did very much impress me. They come with these little sticker labels to put on your containers, whatever you tend to keep your drills in, or your diamonds, whatever you like to call them. And so each one of those will pull off, and it has the symbol and the number, and you'll just put them on the containers you keep yours in. I thought that was really cool. It came with the wax, and it came with, well, everything you need. It comes with everything. So it was very nice. While I was at Stitch and Frame, I was looking around, and I found this owl. You know how I love my owls. And so I picked him up, and this is from Crosswing Collection. It's called Close Call. Now this is not a full coverage. All of that background, none of that is stitched. None of this stuff is stitched. just the owl and the grassiness. And probably some of the shadow there. I did pick up a fabric while I was there. They ordered it for me, and had it when I went back the second time. And it is, I thought this fabric would work really nice with it because it already had a lot of white at the bottom of it. And they have their own dyer there that they send it out to. And it's called, this is called 14 count Ada Fat Quarter Bluebell. And it's from a company called We Will Dye, D-Y-E, for you. And I believe their page is wewilldyeforyou.com. And so that's what it came out like. And it's so pretty. So that's pretty true to color right there. There's all that white down there. That'll probably be the side I do it on, so that white's all at the bottom. Okay. Then, I have an FFO. I stitched this back in 2020, maybe 2021. Okay. This is Jardin Privé's ABC de Bruche, I believe it's called. And I stitched this whole thing in like 2 weeks. It's very small technically because it's only, you know, what is that, maybe 6.5 inches or so. But it's very long. And then Corny came through and she did all the back stitch. Like, she pretty much did all of that except for the like little hearts. She did all the back stitch in it for me. My friend Debbie, she had this for me, and she put on the binding here and this beautiful backing, and she just gave this back to me all finished up, and in return I gave her the pattern. I thought that was a pretty good deal because I'm not going to stitch it again anyway. So thank you again, Debbie. Appreciate it. It's beautiful and I really, really love it. And I actually hang it not far from here on the wall over here. So there she is. Okay. And the last thing I have to show today is my Mother's Day present, or presents. Since they have to do with stitching, I thought this would be okay to put them in here. I picked all these out and they were in the Amazon cart, and I told my family, I said, I have all these shirts in my Amazon cart, so whenever you don't know what to get me, pick out a shirt and just, you know, buy that for me and you'll know. It's the right size, it's the right color, it's a really easy gift to choose from. So these are the shirts that I got. And this one says Stitch Happens, and I got it in a black. And they are just all off Amazon. If you need to know the exact store, I can put a link to that as well. And this one has like the heartbeat in the hoop for stitching. Like my heartbeats for stitching, I guess. And I did this one in like a navy blue. Yeah, it's coming up kind of a purple, but it's a navy. I thought that was just cute. And this one says it is cross stitching time. And I did this one in like an army green color. Of course, it looks like it's all big cross stitch, so that's really cute. And then this one is another navy blue. It says cross stitch is calling. And I have to go. Hoping Stitchy Bug comes back and I can actually say this. The next one is purple. It says, yes, I really do need all these cross stitch patterns. So these will be fun to wear to stitch groups and retreats, and just wear them wherever. This one says, I practice stitchcraft. I thought that was really, really funny. And I just did in like a heather gray. And this one I did in a pink. It says, what do you mean cross stitching doesn't count as exercise? Yes, it does. Surely it does, right? Okay, so and that is all I have to show you for this 2 weeks. And hopefully I get my Stitchy Bug back and I get back on this videotaping once a week again. So until next time, I want you to know that if you have not had your breast cancer screening done this year, your mammogram, please go and get your mammograms done. They are oh so very important. So until next time, bye-bye.